will, in the next generation, which means the next 40 years, will be immune to shocks compared to countries with 8, 10, 15, 20 million economies in Europe and idhar-udhar. Pakistan के पास ये population का positive dividend आ सकता है. हमें feeling हो रही है आ सकता है. All it requires is, पंजाब सूबे को आप देख लें, 3 चीफ मिनिस्टर्स आए, एक चीफ मिनिस्टर ने दूसरे से कंपीट किया, दूसरे ने तीसरे से कंपीट किया. एज अ रिजल्ट डेमोक्रेसी भी आ रही है, कंपटीशन भी आ रहा है, एक आके दूसरे के से ज्यादा रोड बनाना चाहता है. यही है ना कि साउथ में नहीं बनना, नॉर्थ में बना लो, अगली बार नॉर्थ वाला आके साउथ में बनाता है. ये कंपटीशन हो रहा है. तो मेरा ख्याल है पंजाब अलोन 10 करोड़ अवाम है, उधर आबादी है, 7% आपकी जीडीपी ग्रोथ फॉर द लास्ट 10 years हो रही है इन पंजाब. सफर कौन कर रहा है? हमारा शहर सफर कर रहा है ना. कराची हैज बीन सफरिंग. Now, if you get all of this going together, Pakistan is a great destination for FDI. जहां तक इन्होंने बात की है CPEC वाली, yes, I think that is a concern. अगर एक इन्वेस्टर आके बहुत हाई रेट ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेड रिटर्न मांगे, तो फिर यही होगा ना कि स्टेट बैंक कहना शुरू कर देगा, विस्पर करना शुरू कर देगा, यार एलसी ना खोल.
वो यही होगा.
यार वो जब तक फॉरेन डेट नहीं आता एलसी नहीं खोलना. ना दैट इज अ बैड ट्रेंड.
Asad Saab and Saqib has referred to the foreign direct investment in this country. I wonder, when we talk about the foreign direct investment in this country, we have a facts and figures that there is an outflow of the foreign investment by the Pakistanis outside Pakistan. अभी आप जब ये पाकिस्तान की पनामा की जब बात आगे बढ़ेगी तो मैं आपको प्रूव कर दूंगा कि कितना पैसा पाकिस्तान से हर साल बाहर जा रहा है. You know, we are at times are not thinking in a real sense कि actually इस मुल्क में, for example, अगर आप कहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान में reserves आपके बेहतर हुए हैं, is it an effort of the government? It has nothing to do with the government policies. It is an international position and the problems people had because the way the Pakistan money was going out. Now there are FATCA, there are problems in Dubai, the money is not going out, and I can assure you it will further increase. Whether you improve the economy or not improve the economy, the dollar will come in Pakistan. We know why it's coming in Pakistan. So the problem in this country is, and I will Saqib Saab say one thing it's very candid, but I would like to say, Punjab is having 7% growth for last 20 years, but the contribution of tax of Punjab is pathetically low. So the basic problem of Pakistan is Punjab, not other provinces. So ये बड़ी एक, you know, it has become a spending machine. Shehbaz Sharif has become a spending machine. We are earning and he is spending.
Yes, we are paying for it.
Yes, we are paying for him. And I want to be very candid about it. I know more politics than you. But because I am saying this 7% growth in Punjab, when you calculate this, the only tax non-viable province in the country is Punjab. If you take them in a tax viable position, they are a non-viable country. With a 10 crore population, if they take out the collection from the Punjab on whole taxes, it is much, much lower than 5% GDP. I can calculate this. But I don't want to discriminate with the provinces and the cities here. But what I am trying to say, the basic fiscal problem lies in Punjab, not in Karachi. And for argument's sake, we are talking about the good governance of Mr. Shehbaz Sharif. He has not collected a penny on agricultural income tax in Punjab because he's become a spending machine, not a collection machine. So who is collecting and who is paying is a very subjective question. The problem in Pakistan, I think the time has come. The time has come for Pakistan that we should all speak truth. There is one amendment, Saqib Saab, I would like, आपके amendment आपने discuss किया, आपने foreign trust के बारे में बहुत lightly बात की, but that's a very right assessment, and there is no change in the law. It was always foreign trust was always a trust. But what I was discussing with Asad, that the problem in Pakistan is that you have a very bad law about the disclosure of the foreign asset by Pakistanis held abroad. You have changed the definition of resident to 183 days without any relation to the 5 years. You have a very complicated, I would say very easy for everyone to take money out of this country and invest outside Pakistan. It is very, I would say, confusing. So when we talk about, when Asad was talking about the foreign direct investment, I was laughing when my saying that you are actually asking Pakistani to get money out and you are asking foreigner to bring money in. You have Pakistanis who are investing on a day-to-day basis in properties in Dubai and in England, and you are asking foreigner to invest in Pakistani industries. So that there is a need, I would say there is a need to have a comprehensive reform. I think there is a need for a comprehensive reform on the corporate sector, foreign exchange sector, and the fiscal sector. They are all now all linked together. You cannot do any amendment in the foreign exchange law unless you cater for tax and unless you cater for corporate law. So if you look at the budget overall, and I reiterate to say that the budget exercise is, if I would have been in his place, I would have done the same thing. But it is not the question of this particular year. It is a question of what we see after 4 years, after 5 years, after 6 years. With this, as Saqib has rightly said, that all the companies who are in Pakistan, because of the consumption-oriented nature of this country, I think all of you who were in the pre-budget seminar of this institute, where Mr. Ayaz Ahmad, he was the DG of LTU Karachi, he was here. He is the main collector of the tax in Pakistan, because DG LTU Karachi has itself collected 1 billion rupees.
1 trillion.
1 trillion. The DG LTU Karachi has collected 1 trillion rupees. One LTU is Karachi has collected 1 trillion rupees, and he was giving the reason why, how and why he has collected 1 trillion rupees. And it's very interesting, Saqib Sahab. If you look at the imports of Pakistan, they have not gone down, despite decrease in the prices of the commodities. So when the import has not gone down and the rate of taxes on import on non-filers and filers have increased, so that has actually resulted in the increase in the tax collection in this budget. What the government should have done, and if we want to be transparent, the government should give a composition at how and from which sources they have collected the revenue this year. What was the triggering point from which the money has been, because in this seminar, Ayaz Saab, the DG LTU Karachi, gave an explanation, and he said, I am not worried nowadays because I have so much import values. The import is coming in such a continuous frequency, and I collect so much money on the import and the income tax and sales tax and the custom duties that I have no problem in meeting my target of 1 trillion in the Karachi LTU. So the problem now is that we have to decide, and we have to see one basic thing, that how much out of 3.6 trillion, how much income of that has been taxed on net income basis. Otherwise, everything is indirect. Lastly, in this budget seminar, I have been constantly saying that we have been promoting export of goods. And as Asad rightly said, you have taxed export of services to the maximum extent. Now in this country, which has got a human resources of 20 crore people, and we can export services to a greater extent. Now you have done a totally different thing, and you are saying export of services to be taxed at 500 times of what it was being taxed last year. We accountant, we export a lot of services, and we were paying, if I am correct, Saqib, 1%. Now we will pay 4%. 5%. So what I am saying that we accountant. So I think what I am now looking at, I feel there is no question of competence. There is no question of corruption. I think the question of basic education of taxation by the FBR. And Saqib, I will.
It's above FBR.
It's above FBR. Saqib, you said one thing, and I would like to correct it. There should not be any policy board in the FBR. And I would even say the chairman FBR should not even the member of the policy board. The question is, if you create a department of policy board in FBR, it means you are killing the main concept. There should be a policy board independent of the FBR, nothing to do with the affordable revenue. If you have a policy board in the FBR, then it means you are killing the main thing. It should be totally independent. It should be. And the last thing I want to say, sir, साकिब साहब आप भी इसको गौर करेंगे, पाकिस्तान में एक दुनिया में एक जानवर होता है प्लानिंग कमीशन. आप पूरा बजट देख लें, पूरी तकरीरें देख लें, पूरा डिस्कशन देख लें, डिबेट देख लें, प्लानिंग डिवीजन प्लानिंग का कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है. तो फिर
बनाइए 2025.
सर देखिए, मुसलमान रोज के लिए जिंदा रहता है, सुबह उठते हैं. तो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, अनलेस यू हैव 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, 6 year, any economic plan, you cannot. फिर तो यही होगा, आबाद वाला पहुंच गया, उसके जानने वाले निकला है, उसने अपने लिए ले लिया, आप पहुंच गए, आपने ऑटो वाले के लिए ले लिया, किसी ने एक्सपोर्ट वाले के लिए ले लिया. तो this is not. I am saying we have to, we as a body like chartered accountant, we have to say that the planning minister. देखिए, इस मुल्क में जो गवर्नमेंट चेंज होती है, सबसे पहला आदमी चेंज होता है वो प्लानिंग कमीशन का डिप्टी चेयरमैन चेंज होता है. आप देख लें, पूरी जिस दिन गवर्नमेंट चेंज होती है, नहीं मुल्क जिस दिन गवर्नमेंट चेंज हुई, प्लानिंग कमीशन का डिप्टी चेयरमैन चेंज हो जाता है. इंडिया में एक प्लानिंग कमीशन के चेयरमैन थे मोंटेक सिंह आलोवालिया. ही वाज द डिप्टी चेयरमैन प्लानिंग कमीशन. ही सर्वाइव्ड 7 governments. He survived 7 governments. And people used to say that Montag Singh Ahluwalia, who was the chairman of the Planning Commission of India, is more powerful than the Manmohan Singh when he was the finance minister of the country. You cannot ask कि ये आज ड्यूटी जो आप बात कर रहे हैं कि नया आने वाला कहता है ये मेरी ड्यूटी चेंज करते हैं, पुराने आने वाली यूनिवर्सिटी बंद हो गई. The question here is that again why I am saying we are living on a day-to-day basis, cash basis, because we have no economic planning available in this country. हमें ये नहीं पता, असर सही कह रहा है कि सिपैक में हमें नहीं पता कि हम अल्टीमेटली रीपे क्या करेंगे. हमें आज ये नहीं पता कि हम 10 साल बाद हमारी एम्प्लॉयमेंट की रिक्वायरमेंट क्या होगी, बिजली की रिक्वायरमेंट क्या होगी, ऑटो चलानी है नहीं चलानी, गाड़ी खुद बनानी है, इंपोर्ट करनी है, क्या करना है. सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, दिस इज अ कैश prone type collection mechanism which is being generated by this budget, and rightly 1 year budget is not relevant. But what which Pakistanis should do and should try in a forum like us, who have much more economic and business sense, that we should have a long term 5 year, 6 year, 10 year, even Americans make 50-year plans of our economy. Otherwise, we will not be able to have any sustainable growth. Investment क्यों नहीं आ रही है? इन्वेस्टमेंट इसलिए नहीं आ रही कि कोई नहीं पता कि 2018 में जो गवर्नमेंट आएगी वो क्या करेगी. अगर मैं इन्वेस्टमेंट करने लगाऊं, मुझे 2020 की इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए, 25 की चाहिए, मुझे क्या पता कि आगे टैक्स रेट क्या होगा. मुझे क्या पता था कि सुपर टैक्स लगने वाला है 4%. हाउ डू आई नो कि 4% सुपर टैक्स लगेगा? हाउ कैन आई मेक अ प्लान व्हेन यू हैव अ सुपर टैक्स ऑफ 4% फॉर डिस्प्लेस्ड पर्सन, एंड डिस्प्लेस वाले वापस नहीं जा रहे, इसलिए 1 साल और आगे बढ़ गया. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
I have some comments on. देखिए, जो fundamental issues that I raised, I think साकिब साहब काफ़ी बुलिश हैं पाकिस्तान पे, लेकिन मैं भी हूँ बुलिश जो है, काफ़ी पॉजिटिव्स हैं पाकिस्तान में, there is no doubt about it. But the thing is कि जब तक आपकी सेविंग्स रेट 15% रहेगी GDP, आपके पास सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ नहीं हो सकती. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, अगर आपने इन्वेस्टमेंट लाना है पाकिस्तान में, आप शबर सही कह रहे थे कि इन्वेस्टमेंट आने से ज़्यादा बाहर जा रहा है. आई थिंक दैट इज करेक्ट स्टेटमेट. बट व्हाट इज द रीज़न? द रीज़न इज, अपार्ट फ्रॉम अदर थिंग्स, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, एनर्जी, as I mentioned, our direct tax rate 34% is the highest. So why would people come and invest in Pakistan with 34-35% direct tax rate, and when you add the FBR's arbitrary assessments on the legitimate taxpayers, it may raise to 40%, 45%. So why would people come and invest in Pakistan? तो आपकी अपनी सेविंग्स नहीं है, बाहर से, एंड वही चीज़ नज़र भी आ रही है. एज आई मैंशन टू यू दैट दिस ईयर्स $1 billion इन्वेस्टमेंट, 54% चाइनीज इन्वेस्टमेंट है इस साल. Compared to that, last year around the same investment level, the Chinese investment was